That's live radio, folks, and I got to it. Talking Heads, I was supposed to play it at the beginning of the set, got to it at the end of the set. All is good here in the Valley. It's 9:45. And the morning show with Nick Harcourt and Jet, and a couple of pals joining us this morning, Fran and Andy from the band Travis. Well, you've been here about an hour. We've already talked about everything we were going to talk about. So
it's time to go home.
Anything else?
No, that's it. See you later.
Cool. See you in January. Obviously, there's a new album that we're talking about, and I know that you've been doing a little press around this. You did some stuff in LA over the last few days.
Yeah.
Amoeba last night.
We were
good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And we were at Largo the night before that.
How'd that go?
That was superb.
Over in New York as well, right? Mercury Lounge?
In New York at the Mercury... I can't say that. Mercury Lounge.
That place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mercury Lounge. And red leather, yellow leather. And
I like that place. It's a good club. Right next door.
Yeah. and we also... We while we were there, we've been doing this thing, like we're calling it busking all over the world. Yeah. So whenever we go, whatever city we're in, we're going to go out and busk in. When we do a show, we're just going to rock up and bus somewhere. We bust outside on the corner of Tompkins Square Park in New York City.
Did you make any money?
You kidding?
Huh?
These days? No. And then, but I invited everyone down to, because there's a song on the album called Raise the Bar, which is about a bar in New York City called Black and White.
Okay.
And we wanted to make a video for this song because it's going to be a single, and so I invited everyone down to the guys whose bar that was
to make the video
and come on down to his new bar, and it was amazing, and that was a very, very long night. And we got
it was making a video in a bar, not the best idea.
Well, it was. I thought it was a good idea at the time.
6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's strolling out into the light. What? So the album's called LA Times, and you and I have known each other for years now, right? I think I met you in 1999.
I can't remember. I think we were at school together now. Yeah. That's how long it is.
I've lost my accent. Yeah, it's been a while. But you've been in LA now for what? 12?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I know that obviously with the other guys living in different places, Andy, you're in Liverpool.
Yep. Yeah.
I need you a little closer on the microphone.
Oh, no problem. No
there you go. Or you can pull it towards you.
Yeah.
So when it's time to make a record these days, how does that start? I mean, I know that Fran, you're the writer in the band. Yep. So how does that start, and then how? We'll talk about this record. How did you make this record?
How was it for you, Andy?
Well, it was kind of you went off and wrote for a while, didn't you? So we finished touring for touring for the Invisible Band, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. We'd done a tour in the Invisible Band, and then we just...
You wait for the call?
Yeah, you just wait. I wait for the songs. Fran was sending through songs that was going on, and it was becoming evident that it was a good batch of songs this time around, really. Like
what, the last one wasn't?
Shots fired.
It's always good. It was even better this time around.
Thanks,
but I think Raise the Bar was one of the first things you sent me, though, and that was really different. That's set the bar almost.
I like that.
I see what you did there.
He's trying to weigh me in with a pun.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. It always works.
So the band are waiting for the call. You're in LA.
I'm in LA trying to write songs.
Yeah.
With my studio's on the edge of Skid Row and Little Tokyo, and it's well, you say it's on the edge of Skid Row. It's in Skid Row, and it was around about the time when the unhoused folk around there got these giant, massive ghetto blasters. You know, these giant things that are they pull along a suitcase, and they are about 5,000 watts, and they play trap music like from 24/7, and I'm trying to write these songs with this music going in the background. And everywhere I've been in LA, I've been trying to write the last album, 10 songs. Yeah. There was a guy, like the minute I started putting my fingers on the keyboard, you could hear this. And I'm like, what is that? And there's a guy like starting to build a house for 4 years.
Next to your studio.
Yeah. And so I've just gotten used to this thing that LA is a loud city. And so the album actually is surprisingly concise, and it's got it shimmers. It's got a good vibe about it.
And better songs than the previous album. apparently.
Yeah, apparently Andy's.
Well, put it this way. Like we did Largo the other night, and we had 6 new songs in the set. Now that's kind of we haven't done that
Right.
since the Man Who probably
Right.
that many new songs in a set, and it's kind of that's because they've fitted in so well.
And then recording. So songs are written. Do you start flying them across? I mean, not personally in a bag, but sending them via email.
I'll
You
send-
trading
yeah.
files and people adding stuff.
Well, I think I remember it being very much lastminute.com.
Yeah.
Sending the songs over. I mean, I don't even think Neil listened to them by the time we got into the studio. Neil just rolls in and goes, what are we doing now?
Drumsticks and
Yeah. Boom, and it's
lays
done.
it down.
But this time around we had Tony Hoffer at the helm of our ship, and Tony is an actual producer, unlike me, who has produced the last few records. And so if you're wearing the thing I found very difficult is changing hats. So I'm a singer, then I'm a guitarist, then I'm a producer, and then it's like I got to be the singer in Travis on this album, and it was really enjoyable. And Tony is he's a world-class producer. He's produced everyone, He's done Beck and Phoenix and M83, the Fratellis from Glasgow, Bell and Sebastian. He's and he's just very decisive, and he's very fast, and we're very fast. We did it in Dave's room, Dave Bianca's old studio.
Nice.
It was great, yeah. And I think it was just really nice to have someone that had like an overarching picture of how the album would sound, because I think when we go in, you tend to get caught up in individual songs or individual bits. So he knew how he wanted the whole record to sound, and I think that was really important for this one.
At least that's what he told us.
So this is a band, as we said, that's been around for a minute. You've been around about 30 years as a band now, right?
33 years
Yeah.
as friends, 28 years as a band.
A lot of records, and riding the roller coaster of the entertainment business and the music business. Obviously, when I first met you, you were probably in that moment the biggest band coming out of the UK at that time, and things change, and other people get that mantle for a while. But you guys have just sort of kept going along. But from a conversation I had with you maybe about a year ago, it kind of felt like it was chugging. You were sort of like chugging along, just making a record, trying to get attention, go out and tour, and then you made a big decision to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, we got to the end of the last record. We sacked our manager, which was a big move, and that it's like getting the keys to your car back, and we getting that back is a huge thing. When we went to London, when was it? 1996.
96, yeah.
You get your managers, your record companies, etc., and you give your little flame to them, and you say, please look after this, don't let it go out, and they don't. We got it back, and we've been spending the last 3 years getting it back in shape again, and it is so back in shape, Nick. It's amazing, and it's great to have that. I don't know, that thing again. There's an effervescence to it that it had.
Is it kind of like it's like refreshing? It's a new start. It's just like it's got that sparkle again.
Well, I think someone left the lid off it, and the fizz got flat, and we just soda streamed it.
Left open a bottle of
Shook
pop.
it up a little.
Yeah.
I know you've been playing some big gigs over in Europe. You just did a tour. I was following you, and we were chatting a little bit on Instagram. The big show with your pals, the Killers.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
How was that?
It was fantastic. I mean, we hadn't done supporting bands for quite a while now. I mean, back in the day when we first started, we did Everyone, Oasis, all these bands we supported, and we were really good at it. It was like, and then you become to a certain size that you don't get to do that anymore. And I kind of I think we all missed it slightly.
We love being a support band. No pressure. It's great.
An early night.
It's an early night. It is. You can get off stage and then watch a great band, and you're like, wow.
But also, you got a kind of sense of purpose because there's a band on after you, so you've got to really try hard. It's kind of, when you're the last band on, it's just that's your job, but it's an extra job when you're supporting. So it was like really nice.
You've known those guys for years as well. In fact, I got a feeling I saw you playing with them at some point in the past. You've played with them before, right?
Yeah, me when Brandon had his solo record out and I had my solo record, we both toured together.
Yeah.
And on this one, like I'd heard through the grapevine they were doing a UK tour, so I texted him and I was like, "Hey man, can we support you? And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we'd love it. And he's like, sure. And then I said, I hope you know we're going on stage every night to blow you off the stage. And he's like, I'm perfectly aware of that.
Yeah, I would expect nothing, nothing less. So doing this little bit of promo activity around the album coming out now, but you're going to be coming back in the beginning of next year for a real tour.
Yes.
For proper shows.
Yeah, proper shows, like more than just the two of you,
We're
the
playing-
full band.
Yeah, and we'll be playing at the Wiltern, Los Angeles on January the 28th. We cannot wait.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. It's the first big American tour we've done in a long while now. So we've been backwards and forwards over the years, but this is probably in about 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What have you been doing in the meantime?
Making music. I was lecturing a lot in Liverpool.
I
at
wanted to talk
universities.
about that, yeah.
I did LIPA and LMA, two
Yeah.
of the main sort of musical university. I lectured there.
LIPA is the school that was set up by Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
just so for the
Yeah.
Oh, it
SoCal
is.
It's in
listeners.
his old primary or secondary school. It's actually housed in there. So
What?
That's so cool.
So Paul McCartney started a music school in his old primary school.
I think it was him and George Harrison maybe went there.
Well, that's great.
And what does it stand for? Liverpool?
Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts.
Right. So teaching there, and you paint as
The painting
well.
as well. We all still make art. We all met in art school, so we all do still make art from time to time. Yeah, when we get the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So full tour coming in the States in January, and you've been doing bigger shows as well, right? Like you've been going. Didn't you go down to Mexico and do something big down there recently?
Oh yeah, we do. Like all bands, you sort of you do your own shows that are the venue shows. Then you do the festivals. I had again with the guy who raised the bar. His bar is about Johnny T. They did a pop-up bar in Mexico City, and he one night saying that he was talking about we're going to do this, and I jokingly said, oh hey, why don't I come down and sing karaoke to my own song? And he's like, that's a great idea. And I was, we were out, and then he called me on it a couple of weeks later, and I'm like, oh God, did I say that?
Yeah.
You're like, wait, I committed
And
already.
you know what?
Well,
It was hilarious. It was brilliant. I did it, and it was. He wants me to do it again. I'm like, no, I'm good. But it was fun, yeah. So we're going to Corona Capital in November for them. It's a huge festival in Mexico. When bands go to Mexico, it really is an alternative reality.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember like getting back on the plane when you leave, and it's like, you feel like you're going. But when you're there, it's like you do feel like you're in the Beatles at the Shea Stadium sort of level of the peak of their. It's an amazing place to go and play. It's a bit like playing in Glasgow.
Is that because of the crowd? The crowd is
Yep.
just so hungry for great music, and they treat
There's some
people
amazing fans.
differently, right? I mean, the American audiences in general are not as reactive as some of those South American audiences.
We've had, but that's the interesting thing is sometimes you just don't know, but you can be guaranteed. There are audiences in the world, and not just in Mexico. I was saying, in Glasgow, we have wild audiences in Glasgow, and Mexico though. Anytime you go, you're made to feel like you're home.
I went to Mexico City, as you know, about a month or so ago, 2 months ago now, and it was just, wow.
It's a
that's all.
tremendous
Place,
place.
That's all I can say. It was fantastic, and did some music stuff down there as well. We're wrapping up this program right now at the top of the hour, but you guys are going to stay and you're going to record a set for us, which we're very excited about. I think maybe fourth or fifth time here in one configuration or another. Because when I'm scrolling through looking for music, if I want to play some Travis, it goes Travis 88.5 session, Travis KCSN session, Travis from the various incarnations of the radio station. When you guys have been here, and I can never tell which one is which. I played Driftwood from a session the other day. I can't remember when it was.
And
from.
I can never ever find the station when I'm walking through the campus.
Yeah.
Because the car park keeps moving, and I go like completely the wrong direction.
Are you sure the car
We gotta
park's
keep you on your
moving?
toes.
Yeah.
I need a compass or a sort of a long piece of string.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Next time you're here, I'll leave
Set in a bit of string.
A long strand of string out there. We're going to jump out of our show right now. You're going to stay, and we'll bring this to our folks in the not too distant future. But the show again at the Wilton is
January 28th.
all right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fran and Andy from Travis. Show's over. Thanks for being here.
Thanks very much.
All right.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks,
Julie at the
Thanks,
top.
Jen.
88.5 FM, KCSN, and KCSN HD1 Northridge, Los Angeles. KSB.
I can hear you cursing under your breath, talking shit while walking. What a talent to possess, and how you're feeling could be anybody's guess. So count your blessings carefully, my darling, save your prayers. We are alive, we are alive, and thank God there was an angel, not a devil by your side. We are alive, we are alive, and as long as we are breathing, we can keep this dream alive. Na na na, hey, hey. Bye 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 and bye and bye and bye, na na na. What's the point in wallowing in regret? What's the use in worrying before the course is set? There's always time, please don't forget. We are alive, we are alive, and thank God there was an angel, not a devil by your side. We are alive, we are alive, and as long as we are breathing, we can keep this dream alive. Na na na, hey, hey. Bye 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 and bye and bye and bye, na na na, hey, hey. Bye 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 bye, hey. We are alive, we are alive, and thank God there was an angel, not a devil by your side. We are alive, we are alive, and as long as we are breathing, we can keep this dream alive. Na na na. From a window on the hillside, a million boats are floating on the high tide. I wanna be a million miles from here. I wanna know where everybody wants to know. Oh, won't you tell me what everybody wants to know? I thought it was just us waiting on this bus, waiting on a gust of wind to blow us away, away to better days, away to better days. Underneath the starry skies, untied your wide. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I don't wanna bore you, totally adore you. I wanna know what everybody wants to know. Please will you tell me where everybody wants to go? I thought it was just us waiting on this bus, waiting on a gust of wind to blow us away, away better days, way to better days. Staring at the future through a window in my mind's eye. Time moving faster than a bullet through the blue sky. Monday, Tuesday, suddenly it's Sunday. I wanna know where everybody's gonna go. Please will you tell me why everybody's got to go? I thought it was just us waiting on this bus. Darling, I have lost a little bit of trust. I thought it was just us waiting on this bus, waiting on a gust of wind to blow us away, away to better days, away to better days. Is there something wrong with me? 'Cause I feel you're ignoring me. Golden showers on my head, rainbows missing, presumed dead. I think I might just stay in bed. Oh, I'll be doing fine until you shine. Gaslight always on my mind till you shine. Gaslight, make no mistake, I see you. Paging Mr. No Can Do. Poison on an ivy drip. 14 years so sick of it. I'll finally given you the slip. Oh, I'll be doing fine until you shine. Gaslight always on my mind until you shine. Gaslight on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm losing sleep now. On and on and on and on and on and on. I don't believe you. Ask me why I look so blue. You tell me there could be a screw loose in here. You're losing here. The spell is broken. Oh, I'll be doing fine until you shine. I will be, oh, I gaslight, always on my mind until you shine. Now when I was forever gaslight, I'll be doing fine until you shine. Oh yeah, a gaslight, always on my mind until you shine. A gaslight